going to talk about is this right here. Yeah. Instead of, enjoying a nice victory that was hard fought, LeBron James saw somebody in attendance and he had to let a conversation happen, or a confrontation, shall I say, happen after the game. And this is what the morning was talking about today, or the morning shows was talking about this today. After the big win in overtime over the New York Knicks, LeBron James confronted one Stephen A. Smith of ESPN about his son Bronny James. Stephen A. hopped on hopped on First Take this morning, and he discussed what took place. Said that was not an NBA player that confronted him; that was a father that confronted him about his son, the things that were said, or he thought he said, whatever the case may be, and that Stephen A. is not upset. He's not mad. Doesn't feel any type of way about the confrontation. Now, I have scrolled through social media quite some bit today. A lot of different opinions, whether you're on one side or the other. Some people happy that LeBron stepped up and defended his son towards Stephen A. Smith when telling Stephen A. Smith, keep his son out of this. Others are looking at LeBron James like, dude, something is wrong with you. Your son is a professional athlete. He is not absolved from the criticism that comes his way. Which makes this very interesting here because, full disclosure, I am not a parent. I don't have any kids of my own. Could I have some someday? Who knows? I'm going to let God work that out for me, if I'm being honest. Nevertheless, here's what I'm thinking about. Now, LeBron James, one of the most powerful men in sports, some would say. A man who, if he wants to get in touch with anybody personally, he can if he want to. Your son, Bronny James, was drafted all the way back in what? July? The NBA season has been going on for, let me see, we started in what, October, November, December, January, February, March, 5 months. And you decided this is the point in time to confront Stephen A. Smith. Let it be a personal confrontation in front after the game where people are still in attendance, still people are enjoying themselves after a big win. Interesting timing to one think about. Now that I got that in there, LeBron James, you did get your son drafted, didn't you? Not only did you get your son drafted, you got your son drafted to one of the most historic franchises in sports. Not just basketball, but in sports, period. The Los Angeles Lakers. So what do you feel about how Stephen A. talk about your son, how, let's say, Kyle Cowherd talks about your son, Jay Billis, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Candace Parker. Who other people I can throw out there? Kendrick Perkins. Anybody. Here's the thing. You brought him into this. You got him drafted to the Lakers with the 55th overall pick. Now, tell me when, at any point in time in history of the NBA draft, where the 55th pick can get headlines because he's LeBron's son. Outside of being LeBron's son, what other 55th pick have you ever learned or heard of that gets headlines, that gets talked about the way that Bronny James gets talked about? I'm running. Well, let me get back on the screen so y'all can see me. I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. Y'all tell me. LeBron James' son was drafted 55th. Nobody that I can think of off the top of my head, even if I do research, I don't think I'll find anybody that was worth talking about. It was the 55th pick. So you got your son drafted in 55th, right? Knowing what was coming, because you're LeBron James, you know what was coming. The Stephen A said what was coming way before it actually came. He sat there and said, once Bronny James enters the draft and he gets picked, here come the critics. Here come the criticism. Here come the skeptics. He got picked, and it happened to be the Lakers. And look what happened. The criticism, the critics, the skepticism all started to come. Why? Because now Bronny James has entered the professional realm. He signed to the Los Angeles Lakers. He is a professional NBA player. Now, his time in the NBA has been sucky, has been terrible, has been awful. Okay. Now down in G League, he doing his thing. Last time I looked up Bronny James, because I really don't pay attention, because I really can care less at this moment in time. Not to be harsh or anything. But last time I checked, Bronny James was doing his thing down in the G League. Last time I checked, I think he had a career night. I think he had like 36 points in one of them games. But as far as doing as a professional Los Angeles Laker this season, he's only played 4.2 minutes. I mean, he only played in one game, actually, to be quite honest. No, he didn't play that many games. So he's 4.2 minutes a game, 1.4 points per game, shooting 25.8 from the field, 0.4 rebounds a game, 0.4 assists per game. I mean, and that's in 18 games. The man has played 18 games in the NBA. And that's the stat line we have thus far. Now, LeBron James want to come out and say, hey, my son, we got something down to do. We have a plan in place. So if y'all can let him develop and give him time, I really appreciate it. That's all you got to say. That is all you got to say. Now, there'll be some assholes out there that won't stop. They're just going to criticize LeBron James to get LeBron James, because that's what they're going to do, because they assholes. I call them assholes for a reason. Well, LeBron just said, you know what? Yes, I got my son in the league. Yes, he's playing with the Los Angeles Lakers, but he's down in the G League right now. Give him some time, let him work on this game, but give him some time, give him a break. Okay, you don't have to talk about Bronny James. We can focus on the Lakers and what we got going on here. You come out and say that, cool, whatever. But you ain't do that. You ain't do that. But now in the G League, Bronny James is what? 21.9 points per game, 5.4 rebounds a game, 5.1 assists per game. Great numbers in the G League. Good numbers. Very good numbers in the G League. But how many people watching the G League? Just throwing that out there. That's a question for me, too, because I don't even watch the G League, to be honest. I got college basketball to watch to get ready for March Madness. I have the NBA playoffs coming right up. I mean, I don't have time to look at the G League. It's bad enough. I couldn't even watch the Unrivaled League, and Unrivaled is going, and Unrivaled is having a great opening debut season of his league. I'm mad I couldn't watch it, because college basketball with the men's and women's, the NBA, all this other stuff, I didn't have time to fit it in. I feel terrible about it. I would try to fit it on Rubber next year. I guarantee you that. If not being down in Miami to cover it my damn self, we shall see. We'll know what the future holds. But LeBron James, you brought this on Bronny James. That's the thing. Now, the interesting thing is, now some people say he went up, two black men going at each other. That's not a good look. Okay, you can see it that way. I can see it as LeBron James going to one of the main faces of the media, which is Stephen A. Smith. By the way, congratulations to your 5-year, $100 million contract extension that you received. Congratulations to you on that. Going to one of the main faces of the league and not being happy of what's being talked about on first take when it comes to his son. Dare I say LeBron James in his KD moment? You don't want your son to be criticized, but guess what? Keep his ass in the G League until he's ready to step onto the NBA court. Plain and simple. When you're a professional athlete, when you're in the public eye, whatever you do, gonna get critiqued. You may get criticized. And it's just plain and simple. So do us a favor. Keep Bronny James behind down in the G League until he's ready. You play with your son. Opening night, y'all share the court together. You actually volunteer to come off the bench just to step into the game with your son. You got your moment. You're second in the goddamn West. Now, you handle your business in the NBA. Let Bronny handle his business down in the G League, and everything would be good. Ever since y'all put him down in the G League, because when the last time Bronny James played in the NBA? When the last time Bronny James was playing in the NBA game? The last time Bronny James saw the NBA court was March 4th, a couple of days ago against the Pelicans. That's it. Keep him. If you keep him down in G League, nobody's going to talk about him. But you know why? He's down in G League. Good. Hone his craft. Get better. Learn the professional game. And then when you're ready, bring him up and let's see what he can do. Because to be quite honest with you, most of the time they talked about Bronny James, I actually listened to it even though I didn't want to. And I don't see anything wrong with what Stephen A said. He even begged LeBron James to stop doing the whole back and forth G League, the NBA, G League, the NBA, back and forth thing, and just let him sit down in the G League, dominate that, and then come up. What's wrong with that? Now, of course, parents are going to be parents. They're going to step up for their kids, good, bad, indifferent. And we know this. We all seen this, especially black people. We all seen this. We know this how this goes. But this is what the morning was in the sports world. Not about the Lakers finishing out the New York Knicks, coming back and winning that game in overtime. And I do agree with some people. If Jalen Brunson wouldn't have got injured, I think the New York Knicks would have survived that game. And I do blame the New York Knicks for the reason why Jalen Brunson got hurt, because you didn't finish the deal in the fourth quarter. Because he got hurt in overtime. If you were to finish the deal in the fourth quarter, you wouldn't have to worry about going in overtime. And Jalen Brunson won't be injured right now. On this road trip that y'all on the West Coast, by the way. So now that LeBron James got what he did off his chest, said what he need to say, your ass better show up tomorrow night. I know that much. If you come on, you have a bad game tomorrow night against the Boston Celtics up in Boston, I can see some people, not me, but I can see some people going on a platform and saying, yeah, you did all that hollering at Stephen A. Smith after the New York Knicks game, and your ass couldn't even show it against the Boston Celtics, the reigning defending champions. Oh, I hope LeBron James is, well, it's LeBron James. He know what he's doing. He don't even care half the damn time, but he cared about that one. Very cared about that one. But the criticism ain't gonna stop LeBron. It's not. No matter how bad you want to. Now, I want to see he's gonna do that when Shaq and Chuck and Ken and Jet Smith all talk about LeBron James and what he can't do at the moment in time. Especially Chuck. Cause Chuck ain't scared of no somebody. He already want. He said he want to smoke with Kendrick Perkins. And that was last night too. Because they talked about the Lakers and the Warriors. Lakers and the Warriors. Lakers and the Warriors. It is what it is. People love the Lakers. Lakers is one of the most prominent franchises in sports, along with the Dallas Cowboys, who haven't won a championship since 1996. Along with the New York Yankees, who haven't won a title since, 2008. The Dodgers that's coming off one of the World Series, so they're going to get talked about even more in baseball. There's so many things that are unfortunate, but these teams have that cachet, is what people want to call it, to be talked about almost every single day. Look at it. It's a Laker game we're talking about here. And we ain't even talking about the game. We're talking about the person, the face of the damn team, which is LeBron James, confronting a media member because about Bronny James. This is the world we in. Sensitivity. And I get it, you're a parent. Want what's best for your son, but you do have to realize you open your son to this as well. There's so culpability on you, LeBron James. You open him up to this when you got him into the league. And by the way, When he got drafted, Stephen A. Smith was one of the first ones in the media that say, "Congratulations, LeBron James. Congratulations, LeBron James. You got drafted to the league." He didn't want to hear about the word nepotism and how people felt all because nepotism happened all in all different businesses. There's about almost every business you can think of. There's probably nepotism happening right now. Stephen A. didn't want to hear that. Congratulations, LeBron James. Congratulations, LeBron James. I hope it works out. But we will critique you on what you display on the hardwood. Thus far, Bronny James, 4.2 minutes a game, 1.1 or 1.4 points per game, shooting 25.8 from the field with 0.4 rebounds a game and 0.4 assists a game. We can't critique that. We can't look at it and say, well, hey, can't be doing that in the NBA, man. You gotta do something. Gotta do something. But hey, LeBron James feel like he controls the world, in which he actually doesn't. Because people gonna talk whatever and whenever. This is the word we live in, LeBron. You open your son up to this. Teach him how to handle it. Do that.